My wee external mic's not connecting now for some reason. It does that at times. But Ballypatrick Forest here now. I'll take what I can. Fuck, everything's gone off. But Ballypatrick Forest, 1925, 11 degrees. We spent the day in the Giant's Causeway. So, staying here tonight, going on hook. One on a car down here in Caravan. There's one blowing now, like, I don't know why the mic won't connect. Does my head on sometimes this mic here, you know. So I'll do what I can, like, but get your wee key and open the gate up. Which key is it now? That many keys. Maybe this wee shiny one here. We'll try this wee one here. That's her. I'm not sure what way the sun's shining here now. It's all darkness. I'd like a wee bit of sun in the morning. There's no way to hold this gate open. So if the one wants to blow it shut on top of me, there's nothing I can do about it. I'll see if I can get this mic connected. Got the mic connected. So I said in the last video about 10 rules, or about 5 rules on 2 of the trees, and one of them was to keep the gate locked. And you find most 2 of the trees, they like to put the gate on a hill and you think your caravan's going to roll away. It's just a thing to do. Saying that, most of them's closed off now. Kilbrony would have been a very steep hill. So even if you're going to go out in 5 minutes, you must always lock the gate. I think it's probably stopped travelers and all getting in. But they're trying these out things here to stop people using angle grinders. That's why hard to see sometimes. So I like this one here. You can take a wee look in there, see what you're putting on the padlock. So there's no 2 gates the same. Listen to the noise, that one there. That's going to be nice and cosy tonight. So I haven't spoken to any 2 of the trees people this year yet. That's the first ones to see. I have not got a clue what way the sun shines. Where's it setting now? You think it's setting down over that direction? I don't know where it's setting. Don't know where the sun's setting. I could probably point the wrong way. I need the heat in the morning. Heater's not working right in the caravan. So we're going to go down and pitch up now, Pet. See if we get a wee secluded spot lit up. 7:30 now. We did the Giant's Causeway all around today. We did a lot of walking. This was originally a public car park. A boy was telling me one time that there was a campsite close to here. So that would have been the original campsite. This was the public car park. I don't know. I tried to find it the last time. I see there's another pile of trees cut down. But even on Google Maps, you cannot make out where the campsite is. But this was definitely a public car park. And then they moved the campsite into here because the subsidence is like a sinkhole behind that wooden fence over there. And the car park is falling into to the abyss, wherever that is. And then, so we've got a selection. We'll go over to one of these wee spots over here, like. That's way steep over there. That one there's the flattest there for me there, like. That's way close to them, but what can I do, like? So I want a flat spot. I'm going to go in there. Nothing I can do. That there's a bit of a hole there. And saying that, you know, it's a bit of a hole, but I won't have as far as step up into the step. I'm going to do that one. I find this wee mic very awkward to work with. They haven't opened the toilets. So the toilet's still closed from COVID. That was disabled toilet, very modern inside. So if you imagine at one time this was a public car park here. People paid to come in. You had the men's and women's toilets. And the 2 of the tree site was elsewhere. It wasn't far from here, but it was elsewhere. And they probably opened this up along with the Garten Glen and all the rest. They all opened probably at the same time, the 60s. There'll be a bit of a flood there, boys. So there's still water in there, like. Drinking tap around here. So the fact that drinking taps around here, in fact, where's a drinking tap, Luna? There was a drinking tap. So that's where you dump your sewage in there. Not drinking water. So the drinking water is around the side. So that drinking tap there, that's coming from the toilet. It's the same toilet that flushes your toilet. That tap there is drinking water. The toilet is going. If we extract the fat and all in it. So that was the original men's women's toilet, and then they put the disabled on it. So that wouldn't be very old, them disabled toilets. And there was a scenic drive here. Last time I was here with a bicycle with a wee willow, I was going to cycle it, but they're cutting the trees down. So I couldn't cycle it then because the big lorry, I was trying it, and then a big lorry was coming towards me with the logs, so I better not. So it's been a wee bit more damage here. There was a German tourist who died here, and there were what looks like a grave over there. I say German tourist. A German tourist was murdered here, but it wasn't in this part of wood. It was the far side of the road. That's where she was actually murdered. But the last time there was a wee German flag, and it would look like a German grave the way it's marked out. Not German, like a grave, but I don't know if it's still there. The trees have all fell on it now. There's a red and yellow flag. Somebody playing football. I was wondering. So I always fancied the Forest Drive. The only famous thing here, we walked it. The only famous thing here is the Irish Bridge. And the Irish Bridge wasn't built. It was built as a tourist attraction, and it wasn't. So it's a very, very high bridge. I have it in all the videos. Better looking years ago. This has been really tarmacked here. Forest Drive closed. This wee pass probably closed now as well. All these trees have fell on it. So it was closed for well over a year, this place, for cutting down trees. You couldn't come in. So the wee path, there's no way you're going to get that path now. So there's not much else, there's not much point coming here. There's nothing here to come for. So there only was one path and you can't walk it now. There's the label there, wee black and white one. But I always fancied walking the scenic trail it used to drive. And Luna could do it, but I have a funny feeling it might come out on the main road at the end, because that's how these scenic drives worked. So it comes out the other side of the road. So there's the headstone for the girl who was murdered. I won't even bother trying to pronounce the name. Born 1969, and it says she died, but she's murdered. And one of the forestry workers told me that where she was found, I don't remember it happening. Where she was found, they reckon that it had been all forestry worker type of thing. Nobody else would know where this place was unless you knew the forest. But nobody's ever got for the murder. But they haven't all acquired recently. 1988. See, the troubles are always on by that time, like people are getting shot everywhere. Didn't have the forensics the way you do now. So people blame the police for lots of things back in them days, but there was murders coming on every day, like. And at the very start, I don't think they even recognised her as being murdered. She went missing. So, was that many ones going missing? Ray were lifting ones and they were going missing. So, Luna wants a wee sniff, and we'll walk along the scenic tour to the wee bridge. They spoiled the bridge because they put access for a wheelchair. Like who's going to come here in a wheelchair? You're not going to go across there now, are you, in a wheelchair? I'm sorry, spoiled it a bit. That's probably the European Union, like. My neighbours in the caravan site didn't come out to greet me, like. They're probably first time to the trees too, you don't know. But I have a funny feeling we're not going to get the light. I think, what I mean about this campsite here, you're in a bit of a valley, and the sun only gets here. You know, like Newgrange, the sun hits the shortest day of the year. I think this site's similar. There won't be very many days you get hit with sunlight. So if you had an electric mountain bike, that's about a nice wee drive to do here. But there's lots of forest drives you could do on a mountain bike, because you do that in any forest, couldn't you? But I said, it was a nice wee path went through there. There's no way you're going to get through it now. The battery went done on me. Like, I wasn't expecting to whack it all mile tonight. The battery went done on my camera, and the other one's on the charger. I say we've done over 4 hours in Giant's Causeway. It's done very well. So I've linked the wee DJI mic up to this phone, so at least there might be better sound quality than what the phone is. But it might be a bit shaky, there's nothing I can do. But what I was on about was this campsite. If I mind where I was a long time back. I was trying to get the settings on the phone and ended up sending an SOS, and then I sent a message to the family, I'm okay, I'm still alive. They'd probably still heard of this girl who got murdered here. So fuck, us is going to get murdered now. So the weird thing about that, but first time I got the caravan, I came to Ballycastle, I didn't know about this place. And I went to a wood outside, Ballypatrick Forest is called. And it's not far from Ballycastle itself, never been in it before. I went out, so we pretty narrow road going out, and I was first due to have the caravan. And I parked on it that night. I actually, it was a nice wee stream, and I reversed up along the stream to try and get close to it. And then I back into a post, broke a wooden post, broke the wooden post, and smashed the back corner of my caravan. I stuck it together with duct tape. And then, but I carried on my holiday. And then when I got back home, I got fiberglass paste and put up from in behind. That lasted to the end of times. But a soil erosion here, boys. So this path's fixed up, it's just starting to go again. That is global warming now. The country's, it's going downhill. It is, virtually is going downhill. So, but I stayed in Ballypatrick Forest. The first thing my mother says to me, first thing she says to me, I'm staying in the forest outside Ballycastle. She says, there's a woman murdered there. Like, that's great there. First week out in the caravan, trying it out. And your mother's telling you was somebody murdered, like. You're stuck on a wood all by yourself. But this is where she was murdered in this wood. It wasn't Ballypatrick Forest. There is probably after wildlife. So this boy telling me there was another car park or another caravan park out there. I could not find it. But it would make a bit of sense, like. But as it is now, it's free and everything's closed off. I'm surprised they've laid this path here. Coming down there now, there's a wee lay-by and all. The ones we were down there had a wee picnic. I just noticed they have this walkway going as a circle. So half of it is this wee path, the other half is tarmac road. But there's the wee bridge there now, like. It's very old, very old. Hardly be running today. Luna! Oh, there she is behind me, is she? Didn't know where she went. But say, you know why you drive a car through there now. Totally spoiled it. I've had this in a previous video, but nobody bothered looking back on it. But I'll try to explain what's going on here. That is the actual coastal road that was built. Big engineering feat building that coastal road. And if you go along the top, the road's level. But that's why it's level. You've all these high bridges. It's actually running today, boys. It's actually running. So I'll explain what's going on here now and you get the idea. Underneath there, if you imagine that's the original stream, okay? That's the original stream that was under that bridge. Probably more than our place to see something similar. They used a walkway. And so some of the water's coming through that pipe. So what you do, you block off your stream and you put a pipe in. And that's where the water goes. But then if you want, you make a wee mill pond and you can shut that pipe off and make the water flow over the top. And then that gives the illusion of you driving through a ford. But it's all man-made. So originally, a wee road would have come here. There's no way of getting through there because it's a stream like that. You might, that's what the stream looked like with a bridge. So by piping it, putting the road on top, you can put the road on top and pipe it and that's job done. And then if you have heavy rain, it overflow. But they went one step further and made a mill pond so they could run this all the time. They used Giant's Causeway stones. Because like I say, back then, the Giant's Causeway was a tourist attraction and they blasted part of it away to make paths and stuff. So you had lots of stones left over. It wasn't a World Heritage Site. So they had these stones left over. Tourists fell for them. So they brought the stones here. So if you couldn't afford to go on the grand tour, you could walk down here and see the Causeway stones. Now bear in mind now there's a pipe under us. So the original stream might have been 20 feet lower. And they have a pipe. And here's the wee mill pond now. It took me a while to catch on what was happening. So that's a mill pond like you'd have on a corn mill or anything else. She steps forward, she's going to go in the deep bit. Don't know where, it's going to go deep shortly. So that's your overflow now. They stop the pipe underneath. No, you're going to go far in the deep bit. She's on the edge, she's on the edge. Luna, that's deep. That is deep. You should have fallen on. That's deep, pet. Don't go. Come on up. I don't want to see her stuck. That's the poor thing. I'd be shocked. Might put her off water for life. But she's right on the edge, like. I don't know if she sees that. So if you imagine the big pipes underneath that, now bear in mind, if a wee puppy was hiding under, you might get into the pipe. Come on, Luna. There's what's to stop her going down that pipe. She can end up going down that pipe and getting stuck. There could be tree branches and anything in there. No health and safety when they built that. Come on over this way, pet. Sorry if she falls on there, but people died in mill ponds, like. Now, you see the wee stream filling up there now, and there's like another wee overflow over there. And on up above, you could turn the water off and on. So what do we see now? The original stream, if it was in full flow, would come gushing out of there. So I'm a bit mixed up here now, isn't it? Where do we see? That's the original stream there before man touched it. And you see it there going into the pipe. That pipe, I've got it. Right, so there's the original stream. The pipe is there, and that's what we've seen coming out the bottom. That's the way the stream goes, okay? Should it overflow, so it actually fills up, then it allows the water to come out here rather than wash everything away. So you never see water coming out of there unless that overflows. So any water that comes out of there will never go on the road. So to get this thing to work, you've got to stop that water there and bring your water down here. And if you go up here now, I think it's ingenious, like. You could recreate that today. The whole thing is ingenious. It's just based on a mill pond, and they built this for tourists. They're not after wildlife. So there you would have had your wee weir now. And so basically what happens, the water comes down that stream now. If there's not much water coming down, no water will go into that bottom bit of stream, and no water will go into the pipe and come out of the bottom of the waterfall. Instead, all the water now is diverted, but there should be some way of turning it off and on. You're not just going to let all your water flow down. So did I not see some way to turn it off and on one time? Up there's just wild stream. Normally in a mill pond, you'd have wee gates on there to wind up and down. Maybe there's nothing to turn it off and on. We'll go down here and have a look. So I want to walk up there sometime and see. Like, there might be other wee things on this journey, like, that we don't know about. Let's see if we get down here if I fall. So there is no gateway, and maybe there would have been on this time. There's nothing there now, just looks like concrete. So the first priority the water has is to go in the wee ford. I remembered before there was more water going on the top and no water going underneath. But that might have been in the summertime, so it wasn't overflowing here. I'll say that pipe there's probably got partly blocked. Could be wee twigs and branches and all clogging it up, and nobody keeps it clean anymore. So we'll go through it all again now. There's your natural stream. When that stream came down here and they built that bridge, that stream just went under the bridge. It's just a bridge, it's just a stream. Somebody came up with the idea of making a forest drive. To get the forest drive to come over here, you had to go under the bridge, but you can't drive cars over that, or you can't drive horse and cart. It'll be horse and carts because it's caused by stones. So you can't drive horse and carts over that. So they come up with the idea then of building this thing. Maybe it was a mill owner. They already had mill ponds, say, I know what we could do there, boys. And then to finish it off, you make a wee picnic site over there, get a couple of wee ducks, stick them in there, and people come and pay money to see that. Not today, they don't. They put out disabled access now. No disabled person is going to come down here. Unless you could drive down in your car. Can you imagine coming here and doing the wee forest drive in your car and parking over there and having, you might have a wee picnic table. In fact, there's a picnic table there. And you would have a couple of wee buns and all. And your wee wains would be going over here and you would shout, don't go near the water, you're going to drown. Like a bit of amber with Luna. And they were poking wee sticks and all in. See the wee rock in the middle? They might have had a wee duck. A wee duck could go up there to stay away from Luna's. But you'd think they'd have to have a grill. No, you know what? There's no pipe there. The pipe's over there. So if Luna falls in, she won't go in the pipe. Luna's going to demonstrate falling in now. She's determined to fall in, you know. She is determined to fall in. One step forward, Luna, and you're under. You're going to be diving. Luna is going to be diving. She's doing my head in today, going to get wet with water. She won't stop. And all this here would have been all nicely cut and all. Oh, they came out with wee lawnmowers. Kept it pretty. And all the trees up behind has been all cut down now. So sometime I'm going to come back here. Find out how far this is from my house. But there's definitely more water. The whole thing would have been covered in water, maybe half an inch. You wouldn't have seen no rocks. She's gone to the weeds. So there's not as much water coming down. So if you imagine that water was coming down twice as fast, she'd have a nice wee noise off her. But you see, if you came in really heavy rain and she was overflowing there, oh, I should wash the car away. That's probably why they had to go and put that big boulder there. Maybe some cars got washed away. But bear in mind, she's built for horse and carts, and a cart could go across fords. So, you know, if the water was a foot deep, your horse and cart would still do it. So that big rock there was added then for modern cars to make sure somebody wouldn't reverse back off. It's a one-way system, like. So it's not to say you're going to meet someone in reverse. But I said, they went around a bit building that big thing there, like. Don't know why they build that. And when it's so shallow like that there, it's allowing algae and all to grow. Now the wee bridge yourself, people don't want to know this. This bridge was built by William Bard in 1834 to carry the road which replaced the old Irish highway from Cushendall to Ballycastle. And that old road went up past the hidden village. We did a wee video in the hidden village, didn't we, Pat? And that's why the wee village is hidden now. They built this new road. That was a super highway in its day there. You know, they want to replace the A5 and all. In its day, that was the super highway. And then wee villages like the hidden village, they were off the beaten track then. And people forgot about them. Probably half of them went after America, after Australia. So I'm going to walk back now the road. I've never walked back the road. Normally when you're down here, it's a nice day and all, like, and you're baked with the sun. It's freezing now, like. So we can walk back quick and try and stay warm. Get the chips on then, Lena. I haven't had a heater in the caravan this last 2 nights. Freezing cold, freezing. And it takes about 10 minutes to get it to light. I couldn't be arsed 10 minutes. I gave her 2. She didn't light. I'm going to try it. Did the same last. Tonight I'm going to try and get it to go. We need a wee bit of heat, luxury, don't we, Lena? So when the chips is on cooking, we've been very busy this last lot of days. Say, I've done 10, 12 minutes a day walking. It's supposed to be relaxing, like, I can't relax with dinner. But I'm just about fit enough now, and wee Luna, she's fit enough. Now's the time to do it. So we'll check out this wee lay-by. Man's would have, bearing in mind they're coming this way, so they might have seen this wee turn off. Oh, let's stop here. They didn't realise what was round the corner yet. They thought this was spectacular until they got round the corner. There's a bit of, see all these wee waterfalls and all. You know what's wrong, but it hasn't been raining this last while. And it's not going to rain for another 6-7 days. That there's about to fall in there, boys. See if you drove a car up there now, that's probably why they closed it off. You'd have to reinforce all that. But you could do it with stone cages. Then again, they've made that stream there to look pretty. They've narrowed it down, but should there be heavy rain, there's 2 big pipes to take the excess water. All made to look pretty. Not practical. You know, that's a bit good for learning in the summertime. There are these deep pools here, like. She'd been liking it in the summertime. Don't be getting wet now, Luna. It's going to be night time. It's freezing cold. Look, she's tempted to go in. Nah, too cold. So we're not bother taping us now unless we see something spectacular. This is just going to be a road going through trees. But we can listen to the water as it goes down. But nice coming here when that's in flood, but she'll end up getting drowned. This phone here is making everything look way grey. I wonder if I've got condensation in my lens. It looks way hazy. It's not as hazy in real life. Oh, it's just getting dark. Luna's coming out the right colour. Deer. There's wild deer there. There was 2 on the road. By the time I got this phone, see if the GoPro battery hadn't went done, there was 2 wild deer on the road. A bigger one, the weird one. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Luna didn't see them. I called her, and me calling Luna scared them. I see them going through these trees. You wonder how big deer can run through them trees, wouldn't you? Look, is Luna smelling them now, is she? Look, she's getting a scent. Look, Luna smells them. Luna! No, we're going after deer. She's never seen a deer. I was supposed to have. She seen one in Gorton Glen, have you? She's okay with horses and all, so you wonder why deer would attract her. Them deer ran up there. How did they get up there, like? It's pity that we didn't record them. What's the chance of seeing 2 deer? The phone would have picked them. They weren't that far away. When I first seen the first one moving, I thought just a big dog. And then the second one, that's deer. I thought it was a big dog to begin with, coming up over the grass. Got to be a bit too big. Seen this brown thing. I'm not going to see no more now. But they're pretty out in the open, aren't they, like? They graze the grass or what? I don't know. Maybe they can't graze nothing on the trees. They have to come down here to have a wee nibble. In all fairness, Luna didn't scare them, it was me. At least I know I've seen them anyway. Albeit 5 seconds. Good 5 seconds, I'm not exaggerating. Good 5 seconds, 10 seconds. This phone takes too long to start up. Had to double click it and all that crap. I've lost a moment. Not going to see no more deers now. Every time I come here now, I'll be keeping my camera rolling just in the off chance I see a deer. See, if it wasn't a tree, you wouldn't see it. It needed to be on the road. I seen a couple of deer years ago in Gorton Glen, same again. The dash cam got them in the car, but they're that small in the dash cam. It's hard to make out. By the time you get your phone out, they're gone. Hands are getting cold, Luna. Temperatures are falling. Look, there's not a cloud to keep us warm. See, people here always think, you know, in places like Iraq and all, it's all warm, and they say they need blankets. Why do you need blankets? It's freezing at night time. Once the sun goes, the temperature falls. We've had lots of lunar things happening this last lot of months. Oh, we see, look at them skies clear, but nothing happening tonight. No moon eclipses, partial sun eclipses, no meteorites. But we're here now, we've got a dark sky, there'll be nothing happening tonight. What do you see? And if something does happen, by the time this phone starts up, that'll be over. So there's the gate in front now, that gate in front. If I point it out, where is it in this phone? That wee gate in front there, that's, once you're in that corner, that's the campsite. So them deer was only 5 minutes from the campsite. And how fast you walk. Go on now and get the chips and all on. I'm going to spend 10 minutes and try and get the heater going. I'd love a bit of heat tonight, like. It's going to be pitch dark here. Put the blinds down, get a wee bit of heat, and relax. It's 8:30 now. I've still got the stabilisers to put down. So what I'll probably do, I'll put her in the caravan. If the caravan park had been empty, she could have free ranged. But she runs over to the other caravan, you see. You know, she could run anywhere, but she runs to the caravan. So I'll put her in the caravan, put on the chips, and then I'll wind down the steadies. So originally there was 3 trails in here. Red trail was 1.4 kilometres. Red 1, 0.1, that's around the care park. And there's the other trail, red 2. There's a lot of reds, 3.6 kilometres. Nothing to say what the Forest Drive was, what left that was. So that's it. There's a wee map of it there. It's all green with algae. Needs a wee clean. Where's she gone now? Lena! Lena! Hold on, we're going to the car now.